What's going on, everyone? It's Thursday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday.
Almost weekend.
Almost
yeah.
weekend. It's almost weekend. We got 3 days to go. Got a long one coming up, this one.
There's a long one coming up.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? It is Tuesday night. It is the NLG show, and I am trying to figure out how to get this damn phone. I'm going to have to just I might just have to use my regular webcam tonight and then just deal with, well, let me turn off this light. Hold on a second. And deal with getting a real stand for this.
Something.
It's a little mood lighting in here.
Mood light.
Yes. With this, I can actually turn my lights into different functions. But then, well, wait, hold on, it gets better. I got a party going on over here.
Hey.
Party.
Hold on, let's see what else this thing does. It's supposed to go in circles. Oh, that's just brightness for that. I got this stupid ring light, and it does all kinds of stupid stuff. There we go. Yeah, got the circle light.
Ding dang dong.
Yeah, welcome to the NLG show, rave.
Woo!
All right, enough of that. What's going on, boys? How you guys doing?
Yeah, doing all right.
Yeah.
It's already been a long week for me because I had to work Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, dang.
Dude. All right, we need to find you a new
So
job.
are you looking forward to it this weekend? I hope you have off.
I'm determined to tell them, see you Tuesday, Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're right.
Nice.
That's right. And then plus this weekend is me and the wife's anniversary.
Oh,
Saturday.
happy
Oh, very
anniversary.
nice.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
11 years.
When is it?
This Saturday,
Nice.
28th. So we kind of
Nice.
planned it around like when we decided what date we were gonna get married. Like, well, let's do it around a holiday weekend where, you know, if we want to go take off for a 3-day weekend, you know, so
It's
worked
premeditated.
out. But what's funny is that at the time it all worked out, but then the wife, she works for Oracle. Well, every quarter and month they have mandatory overtime, so she can't go anywhere. Well, if she does, she has to be on her computer, you know, working pretty much. So
So
yeah.
it's fun. You know, we are so similar in our lives, Chris, because Thursday night, the 26th, is my wife's and I's 20th anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
we got married on Memorial Day weekend too, because it was a long weekend and it was easiest for everybody to. Yeah. So.
Very nice. Well, happy anniversary as well.
Yeah, happy
Thank
anniversary,
you.
Mike.
Thank you, and it's actually a good thing that we moved the show because we're going out to dinner Thursday night. Hang on one second.
Otherwise, it would happen live on the show.
That's right. Live. Myke live from the Italian restaurant. Oh, man. So, yeah, well, we know how your weekend was, Chris. Peter, how was yours?
Yeah.
My weekends, well, you know, with my daughter's games and stuff, and yeah, this whole week I haven't played many games. I watched some more movies, so I felt like just sitting in front of the TV, my couch, because typically I game here on my desk because I have a 4K monitor and not a 4K TV, so. Sometimes the eye wants something, and sometimes the body wants some rest. So, watching movies, I watched The Forgotten Battle. So,
Hey, you're telling us about that.
Taking place in the Netherlands, and that was really good, really good. It's on Netflix. So
Nice.
Yeah, you
if you're
told us
interested in
about that. I
kind of
want to.
stuff. Yeah, definitely check it out.
I am definitely going to. It's a movie that I love those kind of movies too, and I love those kind of period.
It's based
movies.
on some real events. I mean, sure you have your, the characters are are, you know, they dress up the story obviously to make it interesting, but the story is
Sure.
interesting too. It's
Sure.
keeps you on your, the end of your seat the whole time and figuring out what will happen with the characters and stuff. It's really good.
I think they call that what do they call that, artistic liberty or
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. Oh, but hey,
Yeah, it's it's just like, it's just like Assassin's Creed. You have the era is right, but then you have the story that didn't happen, but it's just makes it
nice, nice. Yeah. Well, trying to remember
Yeah,
what I
that
did.
also
this-
watch some Jackass. It's like Jackass 4.5, whatever they call it. I tell you, I think those guys want to make movies just to see each other's dicks, and that's really what it's about.
But they're
Right.
making money though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
I mean,
But I mean, that's I don't know. I think it went downhill ever since, and that's the main theme right now is I don't know, that kind of stuff. If you're into it, check it out. Otherwise,
If
it's-
you like
you don't
a
have
good,
anything better to do, and then that's get
if
your
you like
popcorn
if you like a good
watch some
kick in the nuts.
and then I watched George Carlin's American Dream on HBO. Just,
That was such a good special.
yeah, that was a very good special. I enjoyed it a lot.
Ah, that was a good one. I George Carlin's such a national treasure. He is so missed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
God, could you
A lot of
imagine?
those. Yeah.
You imagine what he'd be saying right now about all this nonsense going on, and if he was,
He
if he
probably
was
would
in
have been
the,
canceled.
yeah,
Like a lot of the comedians, not just him, but like Richard Pryor,
oh yeah,
Sam Kinison.
oh dude, yeah.
You know,
Well, they
I mean, look at what Dave Chappelle's going through, and if people actually watch his last Netflix deal, they would see that he was not, really against the LGBTQ.
no, he was
In fact,
not.
he supports it. But if they actually listened to it, there was none of that, the reason for all that outrage on Netflix. Netflix employees, remember,
I remember. Well, they have a new. There's a they have a new target now. Ricky Gervais just put his Netflix special out, and I heard it's even worse. So that they'll forget about Chappelle very, very quickly. So, no, but
there was some comedian somewhere said that that comedy. Well, you got all kinds of comedy, right? You got family and all that. But one comedian said that comedy is about being inappropriate. I mean, I don't know.
It's some of the best comedy. I mean, look, do you remember? Do you remember comedians like Sinbad, or do you remember comedians like George Carlin? Right?
they all had their place, depending on what it is, right? I mean,
yeah.
George Carlin had many places.
Yeah, he did.
There's stuff like all over the place. Yeah.
I remember.
But that's why you have ratings, and you don't let your kids watch certain things, or you don't agree with it.
Here's the thing: if you don't like something, then don't watch it.
Right. Change the channel.
Change the channel. Yeah, exactly.
Change the
George
channel.
Carlin too. Change the channel. Turn it off. Watch something else.
Mute block.
And we're gonna get right into our topic, aren't we? Because I'm in a mood. I'm usually not in this kind of a mood. I'm just in a friggin' mood. This has been, this has been some of the most stupid nonsense that I think I've seen in such a long time. It's amazing to me.
Are we going to the next topic already?
Not yet.
Gonna
No,
dive
not
into it?
yet. Nah, I'm
No,
trying not
no,
to.
no,
I'm trying. Hold on. I'm
No,
trying to be.
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I want to be.
I've been gaming.
Yeah. Let's get some.
Need our,
I want to be
our intro first.
right. We got to get positive. We got to be positive first, because that's what we do.
I thought we started very positive.
We
We're
did.
still positive.
We're trying.
I mean, look at our sets. They're still standing. I mean, we haven't torn anything up yet.
No, we have not. And I apologize. I'm looking across the TV. So, people, for those of you who have not seen it yet, it just came on. I just made it public. I have an Atari VCS now. So thanks to TV's Hasslehoff,
Ooh.
I have a brand new, beautiful Atari VCS Onyx system. And
Nice.
I did an unboxing and setup video, which is now live for everybody. So our channel members, our wonderful channel members, got to see it Sunday and Monday and Tuesday up till now, and now everybody can. And I have to tell you, it's a neat little system, very capable box. It's basically a mini PC. I am actually looking forward to playing some games on it. I have been interested in the recharged games, like the Black Widow recharge, Gravatar recharge, Breakout recharge, Missile Command recharge, and I was gonna get them on the Xbox, but our brother Pete, Pack Opening Pro, yesterday while I was doing my Dreamcast stream, said that the Atari VCS versions of those games actually have extra levels, extra things that like the Xbox and the PlayStation versions do not. So now I'm gonna get them on the VCS and play them there. Plus, I have the classic joystick and the modern controller, and I'm actually looking towards checking out the classic joystick. The stick's got a spinner in the middle, so like games like Tempest and Breakout and Warlords all use it. So, yeah. So
I
I'm
those times were so much simpler, with this just
were
an arcade stick.
yeah, with one button.
One button.
One button.
If you're looking
button and a
too,
joystick.
Heck,
I
hang
don't know
on.
if it was a left-handed and a right-handed button. I can't
Yeah.
recall.
I'll go grab
I
it.
used it on the Atari as well as on the Commodore 64 arcade stick, red handle thing, red buttons. And then also like a translucent one with better micro switches and stuff. It's good stuff.
So yeah, so the one that comes with the VCS, it looks a bit like it. It's kind of nice. And what I did find out later as I was using it is there's an orange ring, LED ring around the stick that when you move it, it lights up. So sort of like the way the when it comes out, the Amico controller is going to light up when you move the disc. And then the middle part spins for spinner games. And then it's got the button, the red button here. It's got a secondary button on the side. And I mean, I originally said it was kind of, I don't want to say flimsy, but I feel like if I'm really hammering away at a game that I might break the stick. So I'm hoping that it's not, I'm hoping the build quality isn't as bad as I feel like it could be.
I mean, it looks cool. I like the way it looks.
Oh, it definitely looks cool.
So no track and field for you then?
Not on that controller. But then the modern controller, which looks familiar,
Yeah.
and I point that out in the video, is very nice. Very nice controller. And what I really like about these is because the VCS is a mini PC, these also work on your regular PC. So I can plug this into my machine here if I'm playing something, and I could use these controllers on it. And so the next thing I'm doing, so I put out this video doing the unboxing and setting it up and hooking it up. The next thing I'm going to be doing, and what I was working on before the show, is, sorry, this is bugging me. There we go. The next thing I'm going to be doing before the show, when I was working on before the show, was Windows 10 has HDCP on it, which is the HDMI copy protection. I can't run that through my AverMedia. It shows up in OBS as HDCP. And there's a way to turn it off in Windows 10. So I'm trying to work on that so I can actually record some footage of RetroArch laying on the VCS. And it was... And it's... I'm telling you.
Blair Witch on this. With a
yes,
shitty
right.
camera.
Right. It works fantastically. So I'm very, very happy. And again, I want to thank TV's Hasslehoff, who will probably be showing up soon. He usually pops in a little later on. Oh, Cousin Born's in the house. Oh, I see Cousin Born. I see. Let me say hi to everybody real quick. All right, so we had Brother Dread pop in at the beginning. We had Brother Dread, we got Brother Nick, Sister Ventures, got Brother Lance, Brother Back, Brother Timmy, Brother Mega Myke, Brother Doggy's in the house. Cousin Born is here, and he did want to know if I think Obi-Wan does start streaming this week. It's the one Disney Plus show I'm actually interested in. Sister Lupa's here. Who else snuck in while we were talking? Brother Jesse is here. Brother Jesse Darby is here. Brother Invader. What's up, Brother Invader? And Brother Niles here. Myke, I clicked on the podcast. I got an ad for Game Pass. Well, you know. Brother Yobi is here. Playing Vigilante 8. Yes. Oh, it's on Xbox 360? Sweet. I love Vigilante 8. Great. That's a great series. So.
Nah, later.
I know.
Are we being sponsored by Game Pass now?
Right?
We are, aren't we?
We're shields for Game Pass.
I know. I spent a lot of my weekend playing on the VCS. I honestly have not fired up the Xbox or PlayStation a lot this week, simply because I've been working on the VCS. And I want to show people this. I wanted to give it another shout out to Brother Dark CMF. He sent me this. I'm going to tell you what it is, but I haven't opened it
Live
yet
crabs
for a reason.
with its sauce.
Yes. Yes. I'll give that shout out in a second. Brother CMF sent me. We were talking on. Where were we talking? It might have been here about Sonic Mania. The Sonic kind of reboot, reshuffle that came out.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the special edition, which has like the Sonic statue in it and the little mini Genesis stuff. He bought one from Amazon.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
they sent him two by mistake. Or they sent him one that was broken, and then they sent him a replacement. He fixed the broken one. And so he said, I'm going to send you one of these. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pay him for the shipping, because that's only fair. He shipped it over to me. But the reason it's still in the box is because Seth is a huge Sonic fan. Like, he loves Mario, but he's a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan as well. And so I told him that we have a special box to unopen. Put it back in the box. We have a special box opening, and I wouldn't tell him what it is, but I said he'd love it. So
You can't open the box because you can't find Pete.
Right.
Because he opens every box.
Right.
No more.
No, but Seth hasn't been feeling really good over the weekend, so I was waiting for him. He's got this lingering cough from his cold, so tomorrow we're gonna do the unboxing, and I'll get that up hopefully this weekend with some fresh Sonic Mania footage. But Seth has no idea what it is, and so I'm looking forward to doing that with him. So, Brother Shondell's in the house. He said, I was watching the Atari VCS video you posted first before you went live with this new video about your talk about gays gaming going nuts. Thank you, Sean. I promised I was gonna put that out tonight for non-members, so thank you. And Sean, I'm looking forward to talking Atari VCS with you because I know you're a big VCS fan, and I think that my opinion on the VCS is changing as we go. So a mess. Oh, I'll let you say it, Chris.
What's up, Mass? Oh, hey there, brother.
Ho's in the house.
Thanks for being here.
Bunty is in the house. Go on, everybody. What's going on? Welcome.
Chat's popping. Appreciate
brother-
everybody jumping in with us.
And yes, brother Brian's in the house. You might think it's Miko finally. No, not yet. Not yet. He knows.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And
We'll get
I'll tell
there.
you what, my eye was not on the VCS, but now that the prices come down and seeing your unboxing, I like the way it looks because I mean yes, the Pong, we had a little Pong console and that was our first gaming system we wanted, but the Atari was our first, all, big console in the house with multiple games. And so I have a heart for the Atari, and I like the way it looks. I'm considering getting it and do what you're doing with that RetroArch and all that. So
yeah, the fact that I can do, I took a basically just a 1 terabyte straight up SATA USB 3 hard drive. I dropped a Windows 10 image on it, a VHD, because you can boot, this thing will boot a VHD, and just dropped Windows 10 on it, and then rolled RetroArch on it, and put all my games on it, and it works. It works fantastic, and it actually plays stuff up to It actually plays stuff up to the PS2. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it so far. It wasn't on my radar either, but I couldn't pass up the $99 deal. I mean, and Hasslehoff had the extra one. And he's like, it's still in the box. I didn't even take it out because he's already got one. He's like, it's an Onyx bundle. If you want it to run RetroArch on it, he said to me, I think when all is said and done, you're going to do more than that. He said, I think you're really going to use it and play games on it and stuff like that. And I think he's right.
It's staying time.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think it's something I'm gonna end up playing a lot of. And by the way, for those of you who don't have an Xbox Series S or an X, it actually, you'll see in the video, xCloud works on it. The cloud gaming in both the Chrome browser, and there's a native app. There's actually an app for Xbox Cloud Gaming, Stadia, Luna, GeForce Now. So, like I said, it's a capable little machine. It's got an AMD Ryzen chip in it. It's got, it's got an AMD graphics card in it. So I mean, it's basically a little mini PC.
The thing I wish that they would have put on this on the, because the console is sleek looking. But I kind of wish they would have put a little bit at the top, the wood grain. And then, like you were saying, how that power button was on the back, which is weird. They could have put that up front. Kind of give it a little bit more of a, it's sleek looking, more modern, but it had that, the wood grain deal at the top. Like
well, they have or had a wood grain model.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Let me go to their site. It is.
I wonder if that's more expensive. Is it, like a limited or just different option?
The thing is, I'm not sure what happened with this $99 sale. Because if you go to their site, and I'll just roll their site up here real quick. and we go to shop. So the black walnut is the one you're looking at.
Hmm.
The all-in is still $399, and it's the same one I've got, except with the wood grain front. But and it's got the controller and the joystick and the Atari VCS Volt, and I think a free trial of Ant Stream Arcade, which I do need to check out. But if you don't want any of that and you want to use your own controllers, and any PC controller will work on it, you can get the base unit for $299, which is the Onyx, which is the all black. So you know it.
Yeah, I think you can buy the Onyx bundles that you have for $299, something like that.
Yeah. I'm sure you can find it. I
Those
bet
people who bought them for $99 are reselling them.
Yeah, I'm betting that if you look close enough, you can still find a $99 system somewhere. And there's been conflicting news about whether or not they're going to continue to make the system. There was some news that they were looking to get out of the hardware and just concentrate on the games.
Yeah.
But I think it was Sean in the chat. Sean said that he had read that that's not true. They are indeed going to continue to make this console. So
now, don't you think that they could have, because now, you know, we're getting into cloud gaming and everything, that they could have, you know, come out with maybe a smaller version that's capable, where you have the look and everything, you have the controllers, but it's just because when you go on the deal, it's streaming the games anyways, right? For the Atari games?
No, you can download them.
You can download them? Okay.
Yeah, there's only...
they could have done a smaller version where, okay, this is just a cloud gaming, setup. You're not worried about, you don't need the rise in the hardware there to play the games. You just...
Yeah, but then you need your data centers and other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and they could have, sold them for a lot less, but maybe they would have sold more,
Perhaps.
Atari cloud gaming system, whatever. But
I don't know.
I mean, but the thing is you can get these games on other platforms, which is one of the things.
But it's all
that
about
the
look, the modern retro look.
Mm-hmm.
For us gamers that played in the Atari back in the day, and you got new player like Sean. Sean's younger than us, I believe, and he was all into the VCS.
Definitely, and he said too, I also wish Atari put the power button on the front of the console. It's honestly not that big a deal. It's just weird to me that it's on the back. Like it takes
You're
absolutely
supposed to turn
no
it
effort.
on once and that's it.
Oh, that doesn't. I haven't figured that part out yet. Because when I go to shut it down, it shuts down.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to. You're not a gamer if you shut it down. Come on.
if I'm not ruining the environment. But no, it's a weird thing, but it's not. It's in no way, shape, or form a deal breaker to have the power button on the back. But I did point it out in the video, which I think Sean is alluding to, that it's really weird to have the power button in the back. I don't remember a modern console that I can remember where the power button's in the back.
So Dreadful got one too? Is that he's saying I need to do an unboxing?
Yeah, I think he did. Oh yeah, sitting in shipping box. Yeah, you got to get it out, man.
How long? This Atari VCS was been in the work for a while, right? Before they finally launched it.
Yes, they announced it, and I got corrected on this. So
Yeah.
to be fair, I want to make you look it back up and make sure it was revealed in June of 2017.
Yeah.
And then partially crowdfunded in May 2018. And then it shipped to its backers in December 2020. And then released in North America, I guess, on to the masses, June 15th, 2021. So 4 years after they announced it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the original price was what when it launched? $4.99, I believe.
$3.99. Hold on, let me see. I think it was always $3.99. Yeah, it was always $3.99 for the
yeah.
For the base, right? Base system.
The base system. Was $2.99
Without the controllers, right?
without the controllers.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And they're also in a similar situation as in television. I mean, they're not a big company like they used to be. They don't have the back end, like you said. They had to start off with some crowdfunding to get it going. But they got it out. But I don't like. I guess they didn't really sell much. Is that why they did like a $99 deal?
I feel like somebody, I feel like somebody was trying to clear out their stock.
Oh, I see. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, as more people start, the price comes down, more people start getting into it, picking it up. Like you're showing unboxing, you're showing, it'll pick up. Sean has one. I believe he's been showing some games on his YouTube channel. So, I mean, it's cool. I'm glad that it's part of the gaming community that Atari is actually doing something. I know in the past they have games. I know Test Drive Unlimited was theirs.
Yep.
1 and 2, and then they sold it. So.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that got pushed back to 2023.
Yeah.
If you look at
Dan, Microsoft, Phil Spencer's son of a B.
He started it. It's all his fault.
Yeah, games that Atari still owns are, Roller Coaster Tycoon, might be Empire, Blood Fresh Supply, Tempest 4000, which I do want, Haunted House, Call of Cthulhu, Independence War. So they still have some games in there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, John? Forgot to move. You moved to Tuesdays. That's okay. Sometimes we forget we moved to Tuesdays too. What's up, brother John? So yeah, I mean, I'm happy, and you're right. There's a lot of similarities, and people had to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
And look, would I have bought this at $400? Nah, but $99 was.
Would you buy it for $200?
Would I buy it for $200?
Yeah.
I might have bought it for $200 after seeing. I would have had to have seen what I could do with it here, but $200 still to play. To play the games that are on it, plus boot to Windows, play RetroArch. Yeah.
That's the sweet spot, right? $199 would have been, but again, they don't have. They can't afford to sell it at that price.
No, they can't.
So, maybe over time as they bring out some of their games, certain things that will attract people to pick up one. Over time, maybe they can bring the price down.
Oh, I'm sure as they could ramp up
yeah.
production, that price will get it.
But
will get
I
it
think
down.
what would help them is, like you said, they do own some IP. They need to focus. I think it'd be good. I think they have been, right. They're also working with indie developers and so on, to get games that, hey, these are on the Atari VCS. So that would help out a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I was all set to buy a lot of these recharged games on the Xbox until Pete said that the VCS versions had extra levels and stuff that those versions didn't. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna buy the best version on the best system.
Yeah, and that's the way you do it. And I think it's smart for them to still sell their games on other devices, because the key is to sell as much software as you can.
Right.
But like for you, they give you an enticement to play it on the Atari VCS. And so maybe that's something that the television could look at, where they start putting some of their IP on other stuff, but to really truly get the full effect of their games, is that their controller is what makes the difference, right? So
that's a good point.
Quick shout out to AssassinLupa for being a member for 17 months. She says, "Happy Tuesday, NLG. Hit that like, guys.
We love you, Lupa. We love you, Lupa."
Thank you.
And Big Block. So Big Block, welcome, brother Big Block. He said, I just bought it for $200. So he got the 200. So, and I'm looking forward to we talked about this last night on my retro Dreamcast stream. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that. And yes, let's see. Cousin Born says, who owns Atari though? Atari is actually owned by Atari SA, which is a French company that owns Atari Interactive and Atari Inc. So
yeah,
they still own Atari. So it's still it's obviously not Nolan Bushnell's Atari, but it's still Atari. Nathan, what's up, Nate? Brother Nate, rigged. Scepter, brother Scepter's in the house. Scepter server. Do you think that Atari,
like Sega, of course, they have tons of IP, and so they've been just focusing on that over the years. But they, not too long ago, they're not going to come out and bring out another console, Sega, but they did talk about having a cloud service for their games.
Yeah.
So are they looking at having another, a Sega subscription service at some point? Or,
I don't know. Well, I don't know, because the new games that they're working on, or the reboots of the games they're working on, the word on the street is that those are free to play. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing. Brother De Niro! I'm not sure what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. And they had that deal with the Microsoft as far as for Azure services and all that, right? Cloud, because they're working on that on their end. They're bringing cloud gaming. So be interesting. That's where everybody's kind of leading to. I mean, Xbox obviously is ahead of the game on that with their cloud service for gaming. So
it is exactly where things are going, and people need to get with those times. I fear that they're not. I fear that they're not.
Yeah.
But so this was, we said all this to say this was my weekend.
It's a cool, I watched your video and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. It's the first video I've put out in a while. I have a,
Yeah.
I have to I really do have to give props to people that, you know, like Nick in the chat, like brother Nick, you know, Geeks with Cash, our GUG brother, and I really have to give Nick some serious props. He's able to put out a ton of game content, you know, uploaded videos and stuff like that, and I just don't have that. I don't have that ability. Like I don't have that skill that he has. And it sucks.
Well, some people are just natural about it. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
Some people just have that charisma and that personality, you know. But even at that, it's not easy, right?
It's not.
Doesn't guarantee views and all that. So I mean, Myke, you do put in a lot of work for the NLG channel. You support a lot of people, a lot of our friends in chat. You show up. So there's things that you do that some people maybe don't do, have a hard time with, right? I mean, you know, everybody brings something to the table. And that's what's cool about a lot of our friends, especially in the GUG. That I think they all do something a little bit different that they bring to the community, you know, some of their content, their unique ways. So
No.
that's what makes
I
the
appreciate
Gamers
that.
United Guild pretty cool.
It does. And we have a lot of talent. There's a lot of, there really are a ton of great people around us. You know, and I appreciate that. I try to, you know, it's easy to support people that are good people, and we're surrounded by good people. So, Scepter says everyone acts differently when the camera gets turned on. Not everyone. Not everyone. I'd like to think the three of us are the same people that, you know, we're the same people you meet in person, right?
Yeah.
It's
mine is a parrot on my shoulder, but yeah.
well, yes, and the fact that
and the
you're
pirate hat. That's not a real
Yeah.
hat, right, Peter? That's part
No,
of
it's
that.
not real.
I was like,
and the
like,
fact
wait a
that
minute.
you are truly, despite what the cameras look like, you are truly the tallest of the three of us.
Yeah.
So, cousin bored. Myke could have a career as a hand model. So did I solve my RetroArch problem? So the problem isn't RetroArch. Actually, RetroArch on the VCS runs fantastically. The problem is Windows 10 has an HDCP protection built into it that doesn't go through my capture card. So OBS won't show the picture. So I'm working on that. I'm probably going to work on that for a little bit after we're done tonight, because we don't have a lot of topics. We just have one big giant topic, because Mike's in a mood. So, sure, I'm sure Peter and Chris are like, oh, all right, we'll let Myke get it out tonight, and give him a Snickers, and maybe he'll feel better.
Thank you, Sister Lupa.
Yeah, with a handful of nuts.
And that goes for you too, Sister Lupa, because
yes,
you know we everything she's been on in the chat, on other podcasts, been in the chat, you know, gaming. Sister Lupa's Sister Lupa. Love her personality, her attitude.
absolutely.
About gaming and so on. So.
And she's another one that has gamed with us, right? She plays with us. She, you know, it's not just in the chat, right?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a lot of our
friends here,
friends here.
And the GOG.
Yeah. You know, we see you guys outside of this, you know, and we'd love playing. Like, if you guys see us in an Xbox party, if you see Peter and I in a PlayStation party, jump in. Always jump in. We always keep them open for a reason.
Yeah, they're always open.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I do not call it Retro Arc. I do know it's Retro Arch, but I used to say so. It's based on a Retro Arch is based on a system called Libretro. Those are the cores inside that are used. It's because it's a little different than like a straight emulator. They're done by cores, and I used to call it libretto cores. And somebody was like, it's Libretro, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, that would make sense. So, so what have you been playing, Chris? Peter said he hasn't been playing much because he's been watching movies. I've been playing on the VCS. What about you?
Well, of course, I've still been playing Far Cry 6, and I believe I'm at the end. So I got to get to the dictator, to his tower. You know how that, Peter, where it's all blocked off? So if you try to fly in, then you get shot out quick. So I did make it to the building, but then I was like just being harassed like crazy, and I was like, where am I going? How do I get up to the top? So trying to figure that out. But but today I played some Trek to Yomi and through the cloud on the Xbox. So instead of downloading it, and smooth, and I love that game. I love the way it looks. Like y'all have said, and the other people, that it's like you're playing a Japanese samurai movie, right? Being in black and white, and just and it has that little, like the static, like the TV, the old TVs where they like right before a certain fight scene or so on, and the camera is great. Getting in and going through the different scenes, and different ways. You go from the side, you go up and down, and when you're traveling through the countryside or through the city. And then it took me a little bit to, as far as the combat, try to just get, because when they attack you, the block doesn't seem like, you try to parry and it doesn't seem very responsive. Like I felt like, I guess you had to wait a certain time. I just feel like it's not as responsive like it should be. It's quick. But the combat, once you get it going and you start, the combos and so on, man, it's great. You feel badass. And you also, the story, you feel for the character and what he's trying to save his people, the town and everything, and of course the person that he loves, right? His wife, since he's known since a kid. So beautiful game on Game Pass, highly recommend it.
It's too bad the developer doesn't make any money. It's not going to be a part 2.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We will be talking about this.
Oh, we are.
But the cloud, man, smooth, man. I didn't have no problems.
Are you playing the cloud through your Series
yeah, on
X?
the Series X, yeah.
There's certain games that I play on my Series X through the cloud. Very simple games, and maybe it's maybe those are those Unity games. They're all pixelated. I can't play those.
That could be the case on the devs side of it, like you said, the engine.
So I don't know if it's my side or their side, or I'm going to a data center in like South Africa or something, Oceania. I don't know. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I have here like gigabit speed, so it's not my speed. My speed test and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's just odd.
That is odd.
Yeah.
Let me know what one of those games are. I might try it myself. Because I don't have gigabit speed.
I'm good. There's one that says in. They just added it. It's in game preview. It's about I forgot, with a witch in it. I forgot what it's called. I'll let you know what it is.
Lupa's asking, do you guys play on PC, keyboard, and mouse? I do not. I'm a controller guy.
I don't.
That's
Maybe an RTS if I play. Just haven't played RTS in a long time, but I would prefer to play that on PC like that, mouse and keyboard.
yeah. If I play like Anno 1800, I do that with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
It's a little easier, you know, the city building kind of things. It's easier with a mouse and keyboard, in my opinion. But anything else? If I play on PC, I just use a controller with it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And in fact, at work, remember I was telling y'all that they built a tech center, convention center, and they have a room for LAN, a bunch of PCs for LAN gaming. They have a bunch of games there. I think it's like $5 an hour. You can rent it the room for maybe all day or so on. So a buddy of mine at work came to me and said, "Hey, I want to get a tournament going, a Call of Duty tournament, and trying to get people at work come together. Maybe everybody could pitch in so much money, and the winner get some money out of it." So we're working on that, and of course, we were telling people, you can bring your controller and hook it up, So stay tuned for that. We get that going. I'm gonna be doing some videos, taking some recording of that.
That sounds like an
Nice.
awesome time.
Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be an awesome time.
Yeah, I mean, because we could it all be in the same room. We can all just have fun, cut up. And that takes me back to the days when we used to do that on the OG Xbox and play Halo. So I look forward to that.
That sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Brother CMF, Brother Dark is in the house. Brother, I showed this earlier. Brother Dark, tomorrow, Seth and I are opening it. It's right here. He doesn't know. He still doesn't know what's in here. Brother Dark.
Nice. That's gonna be cool to see his expression when he.
Yeah, he's gonna and I'm gonna let him actually open it. I'll probably cut it open, but I'm gonna let him sit in this chair and talk through the good mic and let him open it up because I want to see his reaction when he does. So, and again, thank you, Brother Dark. That's just we have such generous. Seriously, we have such generous friends and family, gaming family, and these kind of things are what drives me. You said earlier, I do a lot of work for the channel and stuff. This is why.
Yeah.
Because in the end, look at this awesome chat room. Look at our gaming family that's in here, hanging out with us and talking, and having a good time, right? And I'm very. It's very nice to see.
No, it's awesome. And you met up with the Hasslehoff and and then what Dark did for you here, and then you met up with the Miko crew.
Yeah, and it was a great time.
And hopefully, me, you, and Peter can get together soon. At some point.
Would be nice.
Yes, it will.
Yep.
Yes,
but
it
also,
will.
we love supporting our friends here. So the last Wheel Spin winner, the two Qeorge, he wanted a NLG shirt, so that's on the way. And then finally, I was able to get Tima a UK version gift card, Xbox gift card. So that
good. Okay, good.
Cool.
So,
Nice.
Good. I am glad you got that worked out.
Yeah.
So
we love the support from everybody, and here are our friends, and then we love supporting back. So and next month, So next month we'll do another giveaway. So hopefully we should do one for the June 12th.
Yeah.
We'll probably
Which,
do two next month. One for June 12th, and then another
yeah.
one.
Which, by the way, it turns out I have a graduation party that day. So
Around that same time.
I know you guys are gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to do this one without me.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll push the buttons.
Yeah. Both of you guys have PCs powerful enough to run what I'm running. So I will make sure that you guys are set for that. And I'll be in chat. I'll be watching it on my phone while I'm at this party. So
is it a gig?
No, it's a friend, the long time family friend. Their daughter is graduating high school. Her daughter's a year older than Jacob, and I can't miss that. I've known this guy for almost 30 years. I can't miss that party.
Oh yeah.
So Graphic God, Daddy J's in the house. He's listening while he's in bed. That's dedication.
All hell J.
All LJ. They were playing. Go back and watch Retro Renegades tonight, because A, you'll learn a lot about weed, and B, they were playing Rayman. Daddy J was playing Rayman games tonight. So
I miss my brothers because this old fart took a nap today. So I got up. I had to go pick up my car. Got the AC fixed. It was hot over here.
Okay, well, at least now you're cool.
Yeah,
that's right. So
yeah, I wasn't able to tune in because my daughter's swimming and then she had lacrosse. Came home late.
yeah, when I caught the last bit of it after Scouts. I always, on the weeks that there's no Scout meeting, which is the first Thursday of the month, until such time that Seth becomes a Scout leader, because that's their PLC meeting, so he doesn't have to be at those. Then I'm either listening, or if there's room, I jump in. On weeks
so when
like
you
this,
jumped in, it was all about the weed at the time.
Yes, when I popped out, it was all about the weed. I got to the good part of the conversation there. So, but let's see, where are we on the man? Let's see. Big Block is asking a question. Scepter is also kind of asking the same question. Dumb question, which is not a dumb question, by the way, Big Block. But does Windows 10 Home or Pro matter for Atari VCS? So there are instructions for doing this on Atari's website, on the VCS website, AtariVCS.com. I followed those. You can only do Windows Home, and honestly, unless you're trying to attach that to a domain, Home will do just fine for everything you need. So Scepter says, does VCS have a choice of Windows? It'll boot whatever you can boot to it. So if you have a bootable Windows, if you do have a bootable Windows Pro, you can use it. If you have a bootable, Linux OS or, Ubuntu or something like that, you can boot to that. You can boot to basically anything you want. Where are we? Lord of the Rings Gollum has a release date 1st of September. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thanks to the original NLG crew for a great channel and fantastic community. Thank you, brother Lance. We gotta get Lance on here one night.
Yep.
Lance is awesome. I love when he's on with GoGameGo. We gotta get him on here. Yobi's flashing the signs. Well, if these guys keep remaking consoles or bringing back old ones, we need a ColecoVision knockoff. Yeah, I'd love a new ColecoVision type. So, but you know what? I'm holding out. We are all three holding our plenty of time, waiting for our amigos. Now I got the VCS to hold me over.
Still time to cancel.
That's right, but we ain't gonna. So we are.
I know somebody in chat, they were talking about Sega doing another console, but
I don't.
yeah, I don't see it because
I don't want it. And you guys know I'm the biggest Sega fan ever. But
yeah,
you know, I honestly, they don't need to.
yeah.
Just
Unless they come out with something so radically different.
and what can you do at this point? That's
know.
that
I don't
radically
know.
different,
There's
right?
probably nothing, so they shouldn't.
I think the only way they can come in and make an impact. Let's say Amazon decided, what if they buy EA? What if Amazon said, you know what, we want to bring out a console of our own. We want to step in like what Microsoft did whenever they got in, right?
Mhm.
Amazon has the money. What if they say, we're going to buy Sega and we're going to bring back the Sega system,
Uh-huh.
and, and
The-
you can only
the
play
Alexa
EA
system.
games on the Sega, whatever, and then, they try to make it play in to be that fourth platform or
And
whatever,
The Alexa
that
Luna.
is a
Well, the Luna is more of their cloud gaming, right?
Luna is their cloud service, yes. But that's
Yeah, why would they go? I don't
I
think they
don't.
will
That's
do
not
a
going to
physical.
happen. But if they wanted to get
doubt that.
into the hardware console gaming, or they buy, or they would have to buy. I would say they would buy PlayStation. Sony decided, no, we're selling PlayStation.
Oh, nice job.
Uh,
Brother Geeks with the trigger finger.
Good job, sir.
Dude, he sniffed that. That's the fastest I have ever seen a porn bot get wiped out on a channel. It was like Nick, because Nick's had this problem happen on his channel for a while, so he's got the spidey sense for when that dude's coming in. It has been a while. I feel like we're getting left out. We're getting left out. We're getting left out of that. We're getting left out of the trolling. So
Born Luna's a human.
No. Back says, I'm looking into maybe getting an Evercade to hold me over until Amigo launches. Going to see if they show on the 31st. That's right. Evercade is doing a showcase on the 31st. So,
cool.
Chris, you might be interested in that, being the
there's some
the
gems
Evercade
in
guy.
there. I mean, what's cool is that they come out with those collection. They're not good price, $19 or so, and you get tons, good chunk of games in there. Some are kind of but you get a couple gems out of those collections. So Evercade is cool.
Yeah, do you play yours a lot?
Not lately.
Not lately. You don't sneak it to work?
I should, but yeah, I need to. I need to finish Nightshade, which was, remember, was one of my favorite games on the NES. So the SNES, and I never did beat the final boss. So that's what was cool about this with Evercade, that it was part of one of the collections. The Pico, I think, or whatever it was, collection.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
No, I do. I like the handheld Evercade. I don't see myself getting the console version, which is
the
cool.
Versus?
But yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy with the handheld Evercade.
I gotta check out the Anstream. I'm gonna be doing a video on Anstream Arcade too, because on the VCS I get a trial of it, and then I got a card. Apparently I can get a whole year of premium subscription for $40, and Anstream apparently has a ton of arcade stuff. Like, the one thing that I don't do like I use RetroArch to do the console stuff, right? The stuff that I my Sega CD and Genesis collection, my 32X, my that stuff. What I don't do on it is I do like my Atari computer stuff. Like I back in the day had an Atari 800, and so that was the attempted competitor to the C64 there, Peter. I say attempted because I used to walk into game stores and like one whole wall was Commodore 64, and then like the Atari section was like this little. Yeah. But it had a ton of games, and so I have a ton of old Atari 8-bit games, and RetroArch I found out does a great job with that emulator, and it also does a great job with DOSBox, because DOSBox, by the way, is on the VCS natively. I have to figure out if I can figure out how to get that to work. You know, but it also does the and Peter knows what I'm talking about when I say the Scum VM games, like the Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Those Scum VM was the engine that all the old LucasArts point and click games use. So like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, Secret of Monkey Island, those games. And I found out that RetroArch plays those extremely well, and they do very well, believe it or not, with this controller. So I'm like in my element, and with the Atari computer, because the computer games only had one button. So I've been, if I can get past the HDCP issues, I'm so ready to do some coverage of that running on the VCS. So
what's this still? Relic is talking about analog pocket.
So the analog pocket is a pocket Game Boy. It's a
And you said to play different Game Boy games, right?
Yeah.
And different TurboGrafx 16 Game Gear, right? GG Game Gear.
Yeah, it's a here, I'll bring it up.
Wow, 7,000 games were made for the Commodore. Wow.
Yeah, this is what it looks like.
Huh.
There's some HDMI switchers out there that bypass HDCP. And I have a switch, an HDMI switch, and I was thinking that would do that. But here's the thing, Scepter. It's not the Atari VCS. It's Windows 10. Because I can boot the Atari VCS natively. Peter's distracting me with his TV filters. I can boot the Atari VCS natively. That's how I took the video footage of the setup for the video. But Windows 10 won't boot. So I've got to figure that out. And I'm going to be working on that. So here we go. Digital audio workstation with a built-in synthesizer and sequencer. Out of the box, Pocket is compatible with 2780 plus Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance game cartridge library. Works with cartridge adapters too. Completely engineered in 2 FPGAs, no emulation. So it it doesn't play ROMs.
Yeah.
So it plays actual cartridges. You actually put carts in.
A lot of people have those cartridges laying around, and maybe their Game Boy system and stuff just not up to par anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, have to where you can continue playing some of your old games on the newer hardware.
And you can play in original Game Boy, complete with the green screen and all that.
You can play. It could be play on your screen, your TV.
It's got a dock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Connect, sync up, and then sync up any wireless 8-bit duo Bluetooth or 2.4G controller You can connect controllers directly via wireless. You can connect them together for multiplayer. Make your own games. You can make your own Game Boy games.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Now I saw it. There was something on here. They say here, Analog Pocket does not play copyrighted ROM files. It plays legacy game cartridges via the cartridge slot. Analog Pocket is not designed using software emulation. It's designed using a specialty hardware chip called an FPGA, which operates on a transistor-level implementation of its functionality. So basically, it's hardware emulation.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty
Hey,
cool.
what's up, Zio? Brother Zio's in the house. So yes, I mean,
Man,
yeah,
it's just amazing all this stuff that comes out. And good thing I got a good job and work overtime. See how now you got me on the bug for VCS and
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I mean, the games on the VCS store are not that expensive. I am going to, and I'll tell you what, the person who really got me kind of going with the VCS was Bacon Ice Cream Productions, brother Rich. He does a lot of VCS content, and I'm looking forward to some of this stuff. And so did Pete before Pete turned his channel over to doing card pack openings. He was doing VCS coverage too, and these guys, like I said, I was not interested in it.
Yeah.
And at $400, I still wasn't. But I'm down for. I'm happy. I'm happy that I got it, and I'm happy that Hasslehoff was able to get it for me. That they got Oregon Trail. I don't know, man. That game has dysentery. So, all right. So now we've gone an hour and 45 minutes on our. I don't know. I kind of like to. I mean, I wanted to. There's a lot of good things to talk about. Even some of the stuff that's not there yet. I mean, again, we're all, we play everything because we like gaming.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. There's a place for all this stuff coming out. There's a place for Amico, the VCS, here you got the Pocket, there's a place for everything.
Yep.
So there's no reason for people in the gaming community to be split and, be, absolute that it's this way or not, no way. It just doesn't make sense.
No. And
of course, this is what's leading into our next subject.
I'm ready for
why
you, Peter.
We're talking about this subject, our main topic. So,
all right, I'm ready for you, Peter.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. It's outstanding.
Love it.
Oh, that is outstanding. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Is gaming going nuts?
Hang on. I got to get you. Hold on. Don't you go anywhere. Wait, you stay right there. Hang on a second. What the hell am I doing? I'm going here and I'm changing. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this goodness. No, go back to it. Do it again.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
Point at ears. Dun 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 dun.
Is gaming going nuts? Right here on the NLG Show. Is it or is it not? Let's get to it.
That is outstanding. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Now I got Chris twice. Hang on. Or I got Peter twice. Oh, we switch back
Double.
to it's double Peter. It's double your Peter for double the fun. All right, hang on. There we go. Oh
All
man,
right.
that's awesome. Which by the way, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but you are reversed in your camera. Like we see you mirrored.
Who, me?
Yes. I don't know if you have an option in that camera to flip.
I do.
Ah, there we go. Now you're regular. Hey.
I just have to do it again.
Yeah. Scepter says someone has a portable mister in the works. I've heard that. So, all right. What the hell is going on out there? I'm serious. I've got to get this out of my system. There is so much BS. Whatever happened to those golden days that we were just talking about, where we just played games and had fun, and you didn't have social media where people could just do stupid, oh my God. Look, if you don't like something, then just don't
Watch
like it.
And critique and go all bonkers. No.
No, just tweet about it. Tweet about it.
Yeah.
Right? Make videos about it. Just,
Write your senator.
Write your senator. Have it investigated.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What the latest thing, all right? So we've all been through the Amico nonsense, right? And I'm not even talking about the Amico nonsense at this point. Like, that's old hat. You have game journalists and people with blue checks next to their name announcing that they have canceled their Game Pass subscription. And I'm telling the world about it. For what?
And I took a shit last night.
Yeah, you ain't far from that, Peter. I used to make fun of people on social media that they just announce everything. Oh, I cooked, I did this, I cooked this, I changed the drapes, I vacuumed the carpet. I'm like, well, you might as well tell me you're taking a shit too.
Right. And there you go. I mean, okay. I understand. I sat here last week and gave concern about Microsoft and about Xbox and their first-party studios. And that's okay, right?
Yeah.
You could say, hey, man, I'm really concerned about what's going on with Starfield and Redfall and Halo and the news that we found out. I don't know if you guys saw this. This became unbelievable for me. Did you guys see what the head of Marvel said? Or the guy, I think it was not the head of Marvel. He was a spokesperson of Marvel. That he went to Microsoft with the deal for their IPs to be exclusive on the Xbox, and they turned them down. And that is why you have Spider-Man, and you're going to have Wolverine, and you have Marvel games showing up on the PlayStation because they turned it down. What? Why would you do that? So again, it's okay to complain about that stuff. It's okay to be a little concerned about the things that you're seeing. We had a great discussion about it last week.
Yeah.
But you don't see me out on Twitter every freaking day. Or I'm not making, but my last video was on the Atari VCS. It wasn't on Microsoft's big mistakes. Yeah.
Or you should have kept on going. You should have kept on explaining your concerns further.
Oh.
And then investigating and saying, oh, look, if they would have done this deal with Marvel, we would have had Spider-Man on Xbox and blah 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 blah. You know, it's like, and how do you know that now? How do you? There's no guarantee. Shit, the big reason why Spider-Man's on PlayStation because Sony and Marvel, that deal between working things out.
Right.
So
well,
let's say if they did, let's say if Xbox did make that deal, right, and they had.
mhm.
Right, that probably would have lasted for so long, and then Sony would have said, "Look, you want Spider-Man and the Marvel Avengers? Yeah, let's work out a deal."
That's very true because
And they had that advantage because of that.
in that time, but Microsoft could also have locked that stuff down or at least kept it multi-plat, right?
Yeah.
That's, I mean that is a miss.
Oh, it is, but different regime, different time. The way Microsoft was with
Yes.
Xbox back then is not the way it is now.
No, it's not. But it was
So I can't
definitely a
believe
miss
that
back
would
then.
happen now. Phil
I would
would've-
hope not.
If he had that opportunity, he would have.
Well, he'd have just bought Marvel.
Lock it down.
He'd have just bought Marvel.
They don't want Marvel, they want DC.
No, you
Oh.
don't. No, you don't. Although I would take a Superman game in a heartbeat. I would take a real, not Superman 64. I'd take a real Superman game in a heartbeat. So,
And I like what Big Block says, the culture of self-importance dictates that you need to go on and on about things you don't like, for your opinions are fact, and others must learn from your excellence.
right.
It's right. I mean,
Yes.
people feel like they have to, that their opinion is fact over your opinion or whatever, when a lot of this stuff is subjective, but that's not the way they present it. Like you said, journalists, influencers or whatever, social media.
Right.
But then it's like 3 days later, come back like, oh, I didn't know it would get so many comments and other stuff. No, you did.
Yes, you
Come
did.
on.
Yes, you
Don't be a
did.
and now you're being stupid too. I mean,
Yeah.
or an asshole to begin with, and then a
Right.
stupid asshole. What the heck?
Yeah. Just if you want to cancel your Game Pass, if you don't want to support Xbox anymore, if you want to sell your PlayStation, you don't want to, you're not going to wait for the Amico to come out, you don't like your VCS, just do it. Just don't stop supporting it. Stop talking about it. Go find something else to enjoy. But I'm canceling my Game Pass because those games that I was promised are not coming out. Well, okay. So number one, yeah, we're all upset.
Yeah, unfortunately though, but TMZ news sells.
It
gets
does.
the clicks, it gets the views, and we've interacted with a few people in the community, and they turn to that because they want their channels to grow or whatever. Same thing with these media people, they write articles and all that, and they need the views. They need people to click on their articles, and so they will come up with this dumb, clickbait crap to get people just to click on it, to get the response. That's what it's
they
all
also
about
want to feel
nowadays.
some wanted to feel validated,
Well, yeah.
Well, there's that too, right? There's, but I there's a lot of this nonsense going out there, right? And it's a big. I don't get that, and I know this is going to be a little controversial, but I also remember when companies just made games and didn't throw their political opinions out there in the ether for everybody to know. I don't care what your side of topic X is, whatever the hot, political debate is of the day. I don't care. Make your games. Concentrate on that. Spend your time on that. I've seen a lot of that nonsense going on out there too, and you know what that does?
And also, like, somebody cannot make a game without being overanalyzed and saying like, "Oh, his views are X, Y, Z," and instead of like, "I made a story I felt like making."
Right. And if you don't want to play it, don't play it.
Then don't play it.
Don't play it.
Yeah.
Don't play the game. I will gladly admit, there are games I don't play because I have no interest in them. But I'm not out on Twitter going, oh, I'm not playing this game because, company X doesn't like, my view of the week. I can't support a company that doesn't put the Ukrainian flag in their bio. I don't do that shit. It doesn't. It's like, but at the same time, stop putting that out there because all you do is you alienate a certain section of your fan base. There's a reason that Jim Ryan told his people to stay quiet about, the whole Roe v. Wade thing that's going on out there. And, whatever your position on that is, I don't care, right? I really don't. It's not something that affects me as a gamer, right? And if you want to do something for your company internally, do it. Fine. Stop virtue signaling and talking about it. Because all you do is you alienate part of your fan base. And the reason Jim Ryan said what he said is because he likes money, right?
Yeah.
He likes money. And not everybody in your consumer base thinks the same. Not everybody in your consumer base thinks the same. And so
not everybody likes cats. Stop writing about cats.
Right, exactly. Dog people will stop buying your game. And I get it. And welcome, brother Hasslehoff. My VCS man.
Hasslehoff.
It is time. It is time for you, by the way, to send me your PayPal address, please. I've put the video out. I wish to, right? I feel like all of this stuff is just driving me towards the retro scene even more, because I can't stand people arguing and fighting about this stuff. I try to stay away from it, but then it just bleeds into everything. I'm tired of hearing from companies what their views are. I'm tired of watching people who think that they know more than everybody else push their opinion on everybody else and expect you. I know why people are doing, why people are doing this cancel Game Pass thing, because they figure that their lemmings will go, well, I'm gonna do that too. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. The whole Game Pass, the whole canceling Game Pass thing, just cancel it. And then one guy actually said, oh my God, I'm locked in for 3 years. Well, there you go. Find some games to play in it. Guess what? Next year, Starfield's coming. Redfall is coming. Those games that you just complained about, legitimately, they're coming out by the time your Game Pass subscription is gone. So you're going to get to play them anyway. It boggles my mind, guys. Boggles my mind.
Yeah, because they're all jumping on the whole, when Starfield and Redfall got announced that they're being delayed. Now and then you see a lot of people saying, well, Xbox first party is going to be dry. There's nothing to play this fall. And I'm like, okay, but the focus is not just on Xbox. I mean, they're not the only gaming company that's struggling, as far as launching games out in a timely manner, especially after these couple years, as we just saw the new test drive game got delayed and other games have been delayed to next year. It's just part of business, and when you got a pandemic that doesn't help. But people are just jumping on this latest trend when these two games got delayed, and that's like, well, there's no games this fall for Xbox first party, so I guess I don't need Game Pass. You know, and I thought it was funny. Did you see the tweet from Kotaku with the article, and then Game Pass
I saw
Twitter
that.
come back, and that was great. And
Yeah.
I like seeing that Xbox come back and kind of push back, and they have the right to, because if you're gonna sit there and make an article on social media to criticize what's the point of having Game Pass, blah blah AAA, and you're gonna put it out there for everybody, then Xbox has the right to push back. And then you got these other people coming back, oh well, I can't believe Xbox did that, blah blah blah, you know, this and that. It's like, you're on social media.
Right.
So if I don't like your article, I can come back and criticize it, just like, you know, we're, you know, but be respectful. You know, you got idiots out there who are toxic. You know, they make these crazy comments to, you know, devs and so on, or even the media people. Like, we don't agree with a lot of these, like Jason Schreier and so on. But I don't, you know, and you know, it's okay to respond to their article when they post it and say, look, I don't agree with you, and this and that. But also at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and support people who are threatening these people either. So,
Right.
And that's a thing too that gets out of hand.
Dinero,
Social media.
Dinero doesn't know what Xbox said. I'm gonna put it up. Yeah,
Bring
hold on,
that
I'm
up.
gonna put it
That's
up.
cool.
And I don't.
And not just them. And then In Exile also chimed in too.
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah,
and-
the golden ratio.
Yeah, and I'm not. Look, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of stuff like this, but at the same time, you know what? I'm tired of Kotaku. I'm tired of these people. Kotaku's part of the problem. So
Oh, yeah.
so after years of hype, the Xbox Game Pass burnout is here, and Game Pass said, "Tell me you limit yourself only to AAA games without telling me you limit yourself to AAA games." And then
Hey,
in Exile,
Burnout
here's
is on Game Pass, isn't it? Isn't it EA? No?
yeah, that's right.
made Burnout?
That's right. And there's there's In Exiles. I mean, I just it's unfriggin' necessary, right? I mean, Kotaku, they're pot stirrers. Their whole
Oh yeah.
they can't survive without being stupid.
Yeah.
Well, they
you
need
know,
those clicks.
They
Yeah.
do.
And as long as
know?
people are still clicking on it, that's how they make money and stay, between quotes, relevant.
Right. And I'm glad, it's something we don't do here. And I mean, my whole purpose for, kind of touching on this tonight is simply to get it off my chest that I'm getting tired of it. And I'm getting tired of seeing it. When I brought my my new Twitter up, I tried to better curate who I follow and who follow, I can't stop who follows me, but I try to curate who I follow. Like, I don't have as many followers now as I did before, right? But even that, I'm still seeing this stuff. And I mean, it's
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of people muted or unfollowed and muted or whatever, blocked.
Yeah,
and
and
this stuff
people
still pops up. I mean, they share it. And,
Yeah, they just screen grab it and whatever and still share it, so you still see it.
yeah.
and I
If
mean,
you don't want to see it, you should not be on Twitter, period.
well, there is that. And as far as Game Pass goes, yeah, I get it. I get it. But you know what? There are 464 games in Game Pass. You're telling me for $15 a month, you can't find some games to hold you over until Starfield comes out? Of course I want to play Starfield. Of course I'm concerned about Microsoft. I've said it. I'm going to continue to say it until Microsoft starts showing me more stuff. But for goodness sakes, I'm not going to cancel. First off, I'm not going to cancel Game Pass over that. And I'm certainly not going to go chunking on the Twitter every day going, oh, there's another issue with, another issue with Microsoft. Microsoft's a scam. They're taking our Game Pass money. Fuck
Yeah,
outta
no,
here.
But also, why subscribe months in advance before the game is even out?
Right.
You're being an idiot.
Right. Right. And why did you
You
stack
wait till
up
the
3
game
years
comes
of
out,
it?
subscribe to 1 month, and for $14.95, whatever it is.
Yeah. Why are you stacking? And why did you stack 3 years of it? And speaking of stacking, what the hell is wrong with the hell is wrong with Sony?
Why is that not getting traction? Look, and
Oh,
Yeah.
it's starting
I
to.
know why it doesn't get
Oh,
traction.
it's starting
I
to
know.
though.
And
Sony
last week
can't do wrong.
we talked about the tier services, and there was plus and minuses, right? But I think us three, we all said, this is not bad. I mean, everybody is different situation as far as if you played a lot of those games. I get, hey, there's not really much there for me. And same thing with Game Pass, right? But like me, I didn't really play a lot on the PS4, and of course I don't have PS5. So when I look at that tier of the extra and all those games that they can have in there for PS4, PS5, that makes sense for me, right?
Right.
But
But
now going on this now we're looking at this deal about the stacking that you're going to bring up. Now that's not cool.
no. So what has been reported is, according to, and I'm quoting Nibel, who's a very huge guy on Twitter. According to reports from Asian players who have access to the new PlayStation Plus, because remember, they're getting it now. If you got if you got your sub at a discount, you'll be charged a higher upgrade fee to make up for the discount. All right, which okay, all right, fine, but also
Fine, that's not fine.
Well,
Who cares what you pay for it? That's a year's supply, whatever it is. You should not get.
Oh, so right.
Your...
I'm sorry. You're right. You have to make up the difference. Right.
Yeah.
You have to make up the difference.
So if you bought it for 40 and you have a whole year, and the normal difference between the essential plan and the plus plan is $40, but you got your subscription. I mean, your basically essential with a $20 discount. Instead of paying $40 for the upgrade, you pay $60.
And how did they know that? How did he even know that you got it at a discount?
Well, I think it's only if you bought the discount version from Sony.
From Sony.
If you bought it through Amazon, whatever, they will not be able to tell, obviously.
Yeah. And
unless
then
those codes are tied to discounted pricing, which
true.
that will be even dirtier than
that would suck.
I don't know what.
I don't know if you can. So here we go. So
I don't think that's the case.
Here, I'm gonna bring this up. This is on Reddit. So according to this, new Plus plan just got on a line an Asian hour ago. Let me close this up here. If you want to upgrade to Extra Deluxe, you have to upgrade all the rest of your days left. You can't just upgrade 3 months or a year. You have to upgrade the whole...
I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah, but that's if you... But if you stacked, you have to pay... Right. You have to pay for the entire stacking.
Right. I understand. I could understand that.
Okay.
I mean, why you can't have like a half split subscription where 1.5 year of premium and the
so
rest
like
not.
kind of like
I mean,
prorated, right?
Well, but here,
or...
so this is this is where they're trying. This is where they're talking about it. Upgrade price is calculated by monthly subscription, not annually. So if you had 365 days left for Plus, you have to pay approximately 5 times 12.
Well, no, I think
to
later on they updated that.
I hope so, because
I think they said that was not the case, but it is like if you bought it from with a discount, you have to pay that difference.
Okay, because
This
I think
doesn't
it's after
show-
update.
all right, because that is still Nibel unless they change that. Nibel was still saying earlier today, stack subscriptions must pay for the upgrade for the entire sub duration.
Right. Which I think makes sense.
Oh,
I mean, you cannot do a half and half subscription, and that would be a nightmare.
well, but it is a bit different than what Microsoft did, right? Microsoft, you stacked up, and then when you went to Game Pass, they didn't charge you more.
Yeah, they correct.
took-
They prorated it, whatever.
Right.
Too.
So they took your subscription and they just gave you the ultimate, but it was at it was less time.
Conversion
right?
rate.
Right, it was
Yeah.
a conversion rate. That's
Yeah.
fair. Making you pay up
I mean,
front,
that's to me the preferred way of doing it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
you either
So
do that, or you pay more to upgrade to a higher level.
yeah, Nibel was saying, for example, if you're stacked until 2030 and you want to upgrade to Deluxe or Premium, you have to pay for the full subscription duration. You can't just buy 3 months or a year of the new tiers. You have to pay for the new tiers until 2030 as well. So, oh, nice job. Nice trigger there, Peter. Good shot.
Yeah.
Least they could do is hit the like button, though.
You should.
So, it's just, and thankfully
Yeah,
I'm
if
not,
you're gonna
I'm not
put your-
stacked.
Form bot in there, at least do where it comes in and does the auto like.
Yes, exactly. So,
And tweet
let's-
it out too. Come on.
yes.
Right.
Let's oh, Dr. Dinglenut, what's up, man? There's a lot of going on in the chat. I can't even go back
Yeah.
that far. You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
Chat
well,
once again is rocking. I'm just going to pick out a couple of things that I see. That's it. Lady Venture says that's it. I'm canceling Mike Mullis, of course. Scepter Server said, Jesse Darby says, Mike, you can start paying me for reviews. You'll get a 3 thumbs up. Nice. People need AssassinLupa. People need to calm down. I want proof that they actually did cancel Game Pass. I do not believe they could be that stupid. The like the clicks. That's Scepter. And Dr. Dinglenut says it feels like forced negativity towards the brand. That's talking about the Game Pass stuff, and I agree with that.
that's been happening for years.
So AssassinLupa says people should wait for June 12th at least, as she thinks Xbox will exonerate themselves.
Well, I mean, that will make more sense, right?
That would make more sense.
Why cancel now if you don't know what's in the cards?
Yeah, I mean,
And Game Pass is not just about first party only.
it's not. It
They've
never
done
has
a great
been.
job bringing in tons of third party deals from
I mean,
indie
look at the
games
percentage
to
of
AAA.
look at the percentage of first party games on any platform.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a tiny little percentage.
I mean, you guys really telling me that there's nothing in that backlog of 464 games that doesn't make it worth $120 a year? Nothing? Not a
It's like,
single
why
effing
is
thing?
AAA only the focus when it comes to Game Pass or even the PlayStation Plus stuff, the
Right.
tiers. I mean, you don't have. I don't get this whole deal where, a game is being launched on this day. Oh, I got to play it because a game may not be old to you, but it's new to somebody else
Right.
who doesn't have the time to play these games weekly and when they come out and finish them or whatever. So, like when I go to Game Pass, man, there's tons of games here that I didn't know, from AAA to indies. They're new to me.
Yep.
And there's no reason for you to, if you can't find a game, just can't, you're not feeling it or whatever. Okay, do you have to go on social media and say, there's nothing in there. Oh, they delayed Starfield and Redfall. There's no games for me to play on Game Pass. I'm canceling. But
Right.
that's you. That's a you problem, not overall. It's not a gaming the gamers problem because I mean I even like Xbox has Game Pass on PC. And so there are some games in there that are PC only and that PC gamers, like you have Age of Empires 4. There that you got Guardians of the Galaxy. Someone brought up Vampire Survivor. I'm playing Trek to Yomi. There was one I saw on social media. People were like Citizen Sleeper. It's like a cyberpunk type, deal. I mean, there are just tons of stuff that it's not AAA. You got Crusader Kings, and that's you got all these different genres in Game Pass. It's a lot of diverse in the games. My daughter right now she's playing Bugsnax. She's into that. She's been playing that a little bit every day.
I need to try that. I've heard good things.
Yeah, she likes it. So
not for me. Sorry, I couldn't get it.
But that's okay.
Oh, you didn't like it? Okay.
Go on.
You didn't see me on Twitter.
You should bring
ranting about it, and
you should go on Twitter and say, "Oh, well, this should just stay on PlayStation. This is not worthy of being Game Pass. How dare they?
My
How could you
Plus
feel
for that?
Yeah. Did you sell your Xbox because of it? And you're
should.
gonna tell everybody?
I sold my PlayStation for it.
And you
No,
said,
I didn't.
that's right. I saw all that. I mean,
But like whenever the other week we were talking about, the concern with the delays and stuff. And remember, I talked about all these games that have already come out of, from Xbox first party stuff. Whether like some of it was multi-plat, right? Because they already had those deals. But not everybody's played those. And then when they brought in some of those studios, they were able to bring in some of their old games into the Game Pass, right? And so a lot of us didn't get to play those. And so, oh, cool, now it's in Game Pass. I can go back and play it now because I didn't play it when it was on 360 or whatever. So this whole deal on social media, it's all a farce. It's just, fake outrage.
It's all fake shit.
To get clicks and views and this and that. And then you got people with their own YouTube channels, their Team Z channels, whatever. It's all a stick. These people, they put on a mask, like we were talking about earlier, how people, they come up with these fake personalities and, oh, I'm a PlayStation Pro, I'm Xbox only, oh, I'm Nintendo only, like whatever, just be a gamer. It's okay to criticize if you're not happy, like Myke, you were talking about the concern with, what's going on with the delays and this and that, and you want to play these games that are coming from Xbox. So you were hoping that they were going to be here in the fall when, especially like Starfield, they put a date on there. And that's okay to criticize that, right? But at the same time, it's like, all right, who knows what's going on? Hopefully they can get this thing on track and not delay too long. And till then, we'll be playing some
Sniper
games.
Elite 5 is coming out this week.
I know.
Come on.
That's right.
Sniper
He doesn't want to shoot
well,
some
the other
testes.
thing too is, I mean, I complained. We had our show. The show was over. We moved on.
But you weren't
moved
toxic
on
about it. You're not trying to get clickbait and all that. Even right now, we're complaining about all the idiots out there, but with common sense.
Right.
But here's the thing: why do we have to blindly cheer like first party?
No, I know. Yeah, I don't understand. Why
I play games. I prefer games that are good, regardless if they're first, second, third, AAA, AA, indie, whatever it is.
Right. We play everything.
I can understand the
I play games. I don't play exclusives.
If these consoles
for exclusive sakes,
only play first party content,
that's just
if these consoles said no, we're not playing any third party and this and that, I get the complaint. If you buy a console because you want to play those games like Xbox, PlayStation, that only make for those systems. But if they're not coming out with anything, especially during the holiday, I get that, right? Because that's what you bought the platform for. But these platforms play multi-plat. They play third-party. Okay.
Well, it is more, and it's more of an issue for Microsoft than it is for us because they you're right.
Yeah.
They have to sell.
But then on the other hand, it's like, is it really an issue for them?
It is in
because
the
they make
sense
money from the third party. It doesn't really matter. It's like as
they
long as they sell stuff on their store.
they do, but at the same time, you know, if your choice is this plus the exclusives, it's always this plus the exclusives.
No, I
If
know,
it
but it's more
wasn't,
for investors because you're burning cash. The
You
more
are
cash
burning
you burn,
cash.
the less it is to,
But
you know, at the end of the day, to give out dividends.
right, but you get
Make less profit.
you get people buying into your system by having the totality of the games in the ecosystem. I mean, that's why I think Sony's going to do everything in their power to have God of War Ragnarok on shelves for the holidays. Because that'll be an opportunity for them. But that's more of a them problem than our problem. What's up, Jago?
Yeah, I mean,
GoGameGo.
Xbox.
Jeff.
They know that. There's no doubt that they really wanted these games to come out during the holiday season because they do make more money.
Of course.
But they're also Xbox is not the same as what they were before. They're all about being a little bit better support for their studios to where, they're not going to sit there and force them to bring out a game before it's actually ready, right? Because, as online gaming started coming into place and devs can patch games, a lot of these companies were like, the publishers, nope, get the game out, you can patch it later. And so that got out of hand. And yeah, some like Cyberpunk, is a good one.
Yep.
And
I hate to say it, but Halo Infinite's one.
Well, as far as co-op and certain things missing, but for me, the game, I love the campaign as it was.
But what they released was pretty good. It was pretty.
I mean,
good.
what they released was good, but it was absolutely not. But it, I think we all agree it wasn't complete.
Well, as far as co-op,
not as complete as it could be.
The story was.
You're right.
Well, it's not as complete as they promised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and you're right. You can patch that in. You could do seasons. I don't know if you guys saw, but even like Battlefield 2042, which was dropped on its head, they've got a season 1 coming, right?
Yeah, but that's EA though. EA's.
But it's I'm kind of I'm going across it, right?
The way they've handled BioWare, and the DICE and the Star Wars stuff. Like we talked about that. The one good studio out of that was Respawn, and that's because Zampella knows how to run a damn studio, and he pushed back and said, as far as what he's gonna do for his games, and so well,
that's
and
why
I think that's what Xbox is giving their studio leads that option to. Look, what is it that you need? What do you want? Is money, more people? You need more time? Okay, go ahead. We'll support you, and we'll take the heat. If people want to criticize, where are these games at? That's fine. They can make deals with third party. Got indie games coming out. There's plenty of games that they're going to be there for us to play while we're waiting on these. I mean, like I just talked about Trick the Yomi. Beautiful game. And that's not the only game that's going to come out this year in Game Pass. That we get a nice surprise and,
Like a Pac-Man soon.
Yeah. Let me run back here. Man, the chat is just on frickin' fire.
And Jago got in here. Jago, you don't have to go to bed so early anymore like you used to.
Yeah, Jago's got a better job now.
Tuesday's good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother Jago.
Let's see. I'm just trying to pick up some stuff from the chat. You guys, I'm being serious. You guys are just on fire tonight.
Oh, but they're good. Everybody's being positive chat. They have their opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's cool. I mean, this is what we're all about. This is kind of the gaming culture that we're trying to foster. There's a whole reason for the Gamers United Guild.
Yeah. And we're just letting off steam
don't want to be
tonight,
the TMZ shit. We can talk about this stuff, and we can have our own opinions and criticize. But it doesn't mean that my opinion is fact over yours or
Right.
anybody else, and then I have to go
except
make a
mine.
statement on. Yeah,
Except Peter's.
except Peters.
Oh,
We gotta have
no.
one person to be
Right. And the title of this show isn't either, PlayStation Plus is trash, Game Pass is trash, nothing like that. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated in general. I've been getting more and more frustrated. I feel that's why I named this show what I named it, because I feel like we are kind of going nuts, and we're getting away from people are getting away from what, and social media is the cause of it, right? Because you can tweet something out and have no repercussions. Let's see. Relic said, "No way I'm canceling my Game Pass. Netflix, sure, but no way Game Pass will be canceled." AssassinLupa gamers
said, "I don't mind if game companies wait until the chicken is cooked. I don't want E. coli." Maybe you should call it Game coli.
Game coli. Gamers are too entitled these days, says Sister Lupa. De Niro says, "I'm canceling my cancellation of cancellations." Where are we? Yeah, there's just so much good in the chat here. Oh yeah, I'm way past. Hasslehoff had some great things to say. Oh yeah. Dark CMF said, like anything else, if it's actually a critical element in a game story, that's fine, but don't wedge stuff into a game where it doesn't have a reason to be in. That's a very good point. Totodope, brother Totodope in the house. Game Pass is fine, no need to cancel. Hasslehoff, game company managers and presidents acting as activists are going to regret it. Waiting for an employee to state toxic work environment because of a political statement, and that is definitely true. In both ways. Just again, my opinion is, make your games. If you want to do something internally for your staff, do it internally. And if it leaks out because somebody leaked it out, that's one thing. Go out there making statements, man, because you're just going to piss people off. And if you're okay with losing money, that's a weird business flex to me. But, Bungie, you do you. I think if you don't like money, you shouldn't be running a game company, because you're not in it for free.
TV Hasslehoff, he says right here, "I don't really think the general gaming public is crying for Game Pass cancellations. This looks like the unusual actors in the Twitterverse calling for this, looking at sales numbers and subs, gamers like, MS." And it's true, because a lot of this is the minority of people in gaming community that yell the loudest. They get heard over everybody else because some of them had the check on their deal. They're journalists, so they know better. Or
Right.
They think some people have more subscribers on their channel, so they know best. And the rest of us get overshadowed, overlooked. Those of us who are trying to, like, hey, look at these games. It's a shame, because there's a lot of good stuff out there in the community. There's a lot of good games that are there to play, and they get overlooked. And when you have this stupid drama about Game Pass and the AAA, but yet you got these Trek to Yomi and these great games coming into Game Pass, and they're being overlooked, and that's a shame, because the developers don't deserve that. A lot of them, they work hard to develop these games, whether it's a big company or not, and then their game could get they work 4 or 5 years, but then a stupid article or something can come out to criticize Xbox or whatever, and then their game gets overlooked, and then people are like, "Oh, I'm not buying that game because of this or that," because only a minority of few. And we've seen that over the years, where it's a shame, because these game companies now, they look at that stuff, right? Some of them are paying attention to these TMZ channels because they have 10,000 subs. And look at, and I'm going to say that I'm ashamed of Jaffe for the way he called out TXR and the way he, when Centurion had an opinion on Jaffe's opinion of Xbox and Phil, and Centurion had every right to say what he wanted. But for Jaffe, who's in the spotlight, he has, a lot of subs or whatever views because he was a dev. And so he can criticize TXR. Oh, well, they don't have 10,000 subs. That's what's the point in that stuff? You don't like what someone said on the podcast, whatever, but then you come out and say that makes you look like an ass.
Well, and then he won't. Then he wouldn't go and then
have dialogue, which Invader and them were trying to say. Let's have some dialogue about it. Let's discuss it. It just makes you look more like an ass. I mean, I had no ill will towards the guy, but he's always been come out and say something controversial and this and that. I don't know if he's doing it because that's just the way he is, his personality, or he's trying to stay relevant because, maybe because no one's paying attention to him to make, to make a game for them, right? Maybe he has something against Xbox. Xbox didn't want to, they didn't want, drawn to death on their Xbox. Who knows? I don't, it's like, dude, why don't you just be part of the gaming community, be chill, have fun, be positive, and he'll probably
be more
something
of an
good will come out of
ambassador
it.
to,
Positivity doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, I guess not.
No, positivity gets you, nothing. So, where are we? But I agree with you, and I lost a little respect for him after that, because that just wasn't. Hasslehoff, what's funny is we're seeing Microsoft defensive posts the same way we saw Miko Tommy push back after being attacked. Both get labeled as toxic for defending themselves, and that's true, right? They had people. They had people. Why are they defending themselves? Well, because you said something.
It was funny. Somebody tried to say, "Oh, you're alienating people who like AAA games."
No, they weren't. That's not what they were doing.
I know.
They were slapping Kotaku. No, but
yeah.
Lupa says I want games complete with no bugs, so I'm happy if they delay to make that happen. Hasslehoff said these are the same complainers that said Elden Ring needed to make an easy mode to gain acceptance. Elden Ring is one of the best-selling games of this year. Which they did, by the way, add a variable
full
mode.
co-op or something like that, or
no, they did add some difficulty modes to make it a little easier. Yeah, I don't know that I that's a conversation we can have one day.
I mean, it's up to them if they want to listen to feedback. If they get enough feedback, because it is a popular game, more so where more people out of their comfort, like they normally don't get into the Dark Soul type games, but this one was so huge compared to their last games that they got more feedback, and they're like, well, maybe we should, look at this, but
yeah,
Yobi
says, I've said the same thing in working on my backlog. People got mad and said the analogy can't be used for their F-ups. It's a delay. I understand, but sheesh.
Yeah.
Sean, I think not all new school day shows and movies are bad to me. The shows and movies that interest me, I think, are really good, in my opinion. Pornbot says deleted. So
deleted scenes, the best scenes.
Yeah. Hasslehoff says, I don't understand how Phil gets called Sinister and Two-Face while Ryan and Sony pull this stuff off all the time. Sean already hit that like button. Thank you, brother Sean. Lady Ventures, we love you guys. Hasslehoff, we're a good chat. Good money buys a good chat.
Oh shit! Let's get the wheel spin going.
Yeah. Oh, Pete says people who complain people who complain about Game Pass are one, like Grandpa Simpson. They sit all day and yell at clouds. Or two, they don't have Game Pass. Here we go. Masshole with the right attitude right here. I'm canceling all my bills from here on out until I feel the need to pay them. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's
Scepter
what the
says,
government does, right?
That's right. Scepter says Game Pass sucks because they had this one game I hated. Lupa, if they can't find a game out of all 464 games, I don't think they're gamers at all, brother Chris. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not an actual doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, said Dr. Dinglenut. Again, Hasslehoff, again, look at the Twitter leads pushing the drop Game Pass movement. Kotaku, Forbes, etc. Same crew pushing the same party line on several topics. Example of one-sided media. Mm-hmm. There you go. Butt sex is what you get when the other person did. Oh, I can't finish that.
That's a retro Renegades.
I know. Relic says, I think we'd all rather wait for a solid experience with Starfield versus a bad one. I do agree with that. Yeah. I'm not my concern is about what's going on with all that development. I'm not disagreeing that in the end, if the game is great, then it was worth the wait. You know, it's just like I said last week, for me, it's just kind of in a line of things that are making me a little worried about if Microsoft can handle all this development and all this stuff going on. It doesn't mean that I'm canceling Game Pass and not going to play Starfield when it comes out.
You should.
I should, and I should make a video about it afterwards.
Is Starfield cross-gen? Or is it only on...
I believe it's cross-gen. You know, that Xbox One, holding it back. Holding it back.
But you notice that some of these studios that delayed, they've changed. They said they're only focusing on the Series XS and PS5.
Yes.
Maybe that helps them to where now it'll make it a little bit easier to optimize and whatever. Maybe it's easier on, I don't know, for them to, to get it out. I've been noticing that lately. So, I mean, you got to look at a lot of these studios, one, going through a pandemic, going through cross-gen now, and these, both Sony and Xbox said they were going to support both, that. So it's more work for these developers, right? I mean, I know some people say, oh, it's easy, this and that, but, try to get everything to work. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. I mean, they struggled on the base PS4 and Xbox One. So, some of them are changing their stance and saying, nope, we're just going to stick with the current gen. We're not doing last gen support. So it's just a lot. I mean, 4K, and then now everybody wants options for, to have performance mode or graphic mode, as part of the game.
Right.
If
Plus Xbox
just done 4K 60 and work with that, whatever they can do. So the whole shenanigans.
They'll get there. But then Xbox also, people got to understand too, is that maybe some of these games that Xbox studios are working on may take a little longer because they also, they got the cloud, you got PC, you got multiple devices that these games are being played on. So it's not just on an Xbox console anymore. And so sometimes you just need a little bit more time to make sure all that works.
Well, and also there's studios now. All of a sudden, they have a much bigger budget that they can use to, fulfill their vision of that game that they had in mind. So they have to ramp that up too. I mean, it's
I mean, as far as Howard, that this is his next Skyrim, right?
Right, Skyrim in space.
So I can't imagine. I mean, some of the stuff that I've seen, it's looking pretty ambitious. So, even Xbox with Halo Infinite, I'm sure there's a lot there they already have on hand that they want to put in the game, but they just couldn't. going on a new engine, four-player co-op is difficult but it's not just on one platform. It's on multiple devices, cross-play, cross-gen, whatever. So there's a lot of variables there that makes it more difficult for these devs. And as time goes on, next couple of years, it should be easier, right? For them. But
do you think Xbox should have cut off that multi-gen much sooner, since they have the Series S
and cloud,
It's
right? I mean,
relatively cheap and available?
maybe at the time when they first, they're like, well, we don't, we're trying to help people transition, so because they still had more people on Xbox One. So at the time, it made sense to them to just cross-gen for all that stuff. But now that their cloud gaming is coming into play more and it's working pretty good, people on Xbox One, the older systems, can play a lot of these newer games on cloud, right?
Well, and
So-
also like a disadvantage. I mean, they announce those games like way too far ahead, with the promise of supporting, last gen.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they're
that's
Well-
probably
painted themselves in
why
a corner then.
Forza Motorsport has been pushed back further. Like, we haven't really heard much, right?
No.
And it's probably only going to be on Series X and S. I don't think that's
Yeah,
gonna
hopefully, and the rest
Yeah.
through cloud.
And cloud, yeah. You want to play it on Xbox One, you play it on the cloud.
Yeah.
I think that works best.
See what else we got in the chat. GoGameGo, brother Jeff's in there.
Go.
GoGameGo. Scepter asked if you had to choose one service, which would you choose? Right now, it would still be Game Pass.
Yeah, for now. But
Yeah.
the big reason is the day and date. And
Right.
that's not first party. We're getting day and date on third party games too.
Right.
So that is a big plus.
NPC.
NPC.
Night,
No.
TV Hasslehoff.
Yeah, have a good night.
Good night, brother Hasslehoff. Brother Jesse says, I say God of War is getting delayed. I don't think it is. I think it would be, I tell you what, I'd be pissed if it was. I'd be upset about that too. But so everybody understands that I'm an equal opportunity.
Do you think if it gets delayed, do you think people are going to cancel their PSN Plus subscription? Oh no, wait, it's
No,
not.
because it's not
Day
day
and
and date. Right.
So they should already
Easy,
cancel that
sir.
because of no day and date. There's
Right.
no value.
There's no
It
value.
only has old stuff. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
No value at all.
I think that is so funny. Jago, when the mentality of gamers go to, I only want to play first party games on my machine. I grew up with Sega Nintendo, but I wasn't, I think he was saying I wasn't always playing first party games. Well, of course not. Most
But
of my
even
game
back
times
then,
were in 30s.
I didn't even realize what was first party or not. I just saw, hey, this
Yeah.
game is cool.
Yep. Zeos. Yeah, no, you're right.
But what do you play on PC? What's first party? Oh, snap.
Exactly.
What
Uh-huh.
the heck? Is it an Intel game, or are we talking about an NVIDIA game or
Right. Yeah.
an AMD game? Oh, yeah.
That's
Doesn't make any
funny.
sense.
That's, yes. Zeo says most people play multiplat anyway. All right, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. What are the most popular games? Look at that list.
Yeah. Yobi said, stupidest shit I ever heard. People said, who buys new consoles to play old games? Gee, I don't know. Everybody? Yeah, I mean, come on. The people are going to pay PS Plus to play old games.
Uh-huh.
They only have old games.
No. Big Block said, it's fun to complain about people that complain. I'm going to start complaining about my complaints.
Yeah, that's
Oh, my goodness.
social media.
Yep, I'm almost caught up. You guys in the chat, I'm serious. Mike and Lion says, Yobi, I do this peace, love, life for myself and the world. Doesn't get much love. I did a video speaking about Coward Negative S. 2,000 views, over 200 likes. Shake my effing head. Yeah. I had to, dude, he had to delete that video. It was a shame. Proved my point. You're right. Dude, if we came out tomorrow, right? And made a video, did a podcast, and we were canceling Game Pass, and we're selling our Xboxes, and Microsoft and Phil Spencer needs to be fired, and all that. Dude, we would get thousands of views on that.
Yeah,
you know?
we had more than most.
I would never do it because I'm in it to the end. But do you guys know what would happen to the channel? How it would blow up if I made a video that said I was done with television? Do you guys know what would happen? It would, right? That negativity would just get everybody moving, right? I'm canceling my Amico pre-order, and that's like the headline. You know, I would get like 4,000 views on that video, right?
Oh,
but you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen on my Dreamcast stream? Maybe 100. Because no one wants to sit and talk about the good stuff, right?
Your unboxing, the videos you do with Seth, you know,
Yeah,
positive, they're great. You would think they would get a little bit, but nope.
Nope. Right now.
Yeah, it's just the way this community is.
Yep. Right now.
And plus, YouTube doesn't help either because, you know, God forbid if you don't have so many subscribers, you know, the traffic on your positive channel.
See, discoverability is less. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who wants to be right? Because no one wants to watch that stuff. They want to watch, they want to watch drama and negativity and people complaining. So.
Now, but of course, we can't take nothing away from. There are a lot of content creators out there who are positive, who are objective, or just cool people, and they have tons of subscribers, right? And they're doing it the right way, and because some people just have the right personality, the charisma, and they they've been doing it for a long time. They put in the work, and it's good to see that like Boomstick. I think he's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been
growing
awesome.
that channel, and he's the Iron Lords.
Yep.
Just they're unique. What they bring to the community, and they've done it the right way.
They are.
And maybe they should have a bigger audience too. But
Yep. And I was on Game On Daily, and they get a little saucy.
They do.
And shout out to those guys. I was on with Gaz and Asa and Wandering Dutch on Saturday.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had a great time, and it was a very informative show. We had a little fun. And that they get a little. I mean, we don't do what they do.
No,
but they had it was a great conversation we had,
But Gaz, I like his personality.
I do too.
Like so that attracts people.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Just has that.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the sauce videos. I'm not gonna lie. Even if I don't always agree with the content, the product is phenomenal. I almost always agree with the content, but the product is phenomenal. So.
Yeah, I will be honest, I probably didn't agree with Gaz a lot and this and that, but I think seeing him on our channel and watching you on his and watching it, I got a little bit better outlook on. I like what he does. I like his personality, what he does. I get what he's, like you said, it's a little saucy. I get that. But I think overall, man, it was a good show, good common sense, just good talk, gaming talk. that he allowed all of y'all to speak your mind on the topic at hand at the time, and he had fun with it. He had fun with the people. He interacts with the people in chat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. And someone donated $100 during that.
Dude, one guy donated $200.
200, yeah.
Oh, 200? I must have missed that one, but
yeah.
I mean,
for his
that's
birthday though, he said.
But it shows because his personality, he's able to, make it fun for people. So, and there's a lot of content creators out there who do that. But unfortunately, they get overshadowed by the TMZ shit.
Yeah.
Well,
so. We'll continue to do what we're doing. This is I was happy to get this off my chest. And we'll get back to our normalcy.
There's not a lot of news out there right now either.
No, there isn't.
We're seeing a lot of nutheads more so than anything as far as gaming news, because we are getting close to June 12th. We're getting close to Summer Games stuff. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out soon. They're showcasing, games coming out this year and next year or so. So this is a good time. This is an exciting time of the year when June comes around.
Indeed. And we've got not just the June 12th, we've got an Evercade showcase on the 31st. We've got, for better or for worse, we got Jeff Keighley coming up, right? We got the game showcase.
That's what, June 9th, right?
So
I think he's kicking off
the
Summer Games June 9th.
Yeah.
Yep. And by the way, I am once again corrected. Thank you, Yobi, for correcting me. Starfield is Series S and X and PC only. So
good.
I wonder if they started out as being cross-gen, but then when they joined,
I felt like they did. I felt like they did because of when they announced. Because remember, they really announced this game before Bethesda was acquired.
Yeah.
So I feel like at some point the game was going to come out on Xbox. Maybe PS4, who knows?
So we were saying June 9th, you got the Summer Game Fest. June 10th, it's called Geek Week. Oh, that's a Netflix stuff.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, June, I think the same day, something about a Tribeca Game Spotlight.
Yep.
There's a lot coming up. GC3, the Gorilla Collective, those are great. With the indie game, that's June 11th.
Lupa said if I started making those videos, she said I would leave as I would think you have gone mad, brother Myke. Relic said, "Good job, Myke. That's gonna be on a hater video now." Yeah. So.
I think Future Game Show. I think that's June 11th. Also, it looks like it's the same. Yeah, that's been pretty good. What I like about the Future Game Show, they'll have some gaming celebrities. Like that one time they had Nolan North, not the one that plays the Uncharted character, him and some other,
and Troy Baker.
Yeah,
Troy's the other big actor in the. Oh.
But what I like is that they'll have someone who's kind of a celebrity in the gaming community on that, and they make it fun because they understand, and then of course June 12th, Xbox, and the same day is PC Gaming Show. That's later. So that's what I'm seeing here as far as kick off the gaming stuff in June. I mean, that's the stuff that I want to see, regardless of they got something here for everybody. So that's what we should be all about. I know AssassinLupa brought up that Xbox shouldn't be revealing some of their stuff too far in advance. And remember, I brought that up.
You did.
Other shows that but they got criticized because they didn't, because people were doubting, do they actually have anything in work? So now they're kind of like trying to tease things a little bit further out to let people know, look, we have stuff in development. And I know it's hard on people because you see it and you're like, oh, I can't wait. Like Perfect Dark, right? And Hellblade 2, you know, we've seen Hellblade 2 for past, 3 years or so. We've seen a couple gameplay, but it's like, when is it coming out? Perfect Dark they showed, but we haven't seen nothing since then. So it does get, you know, some people do get antsy about it, and it, you know, the longer you go, the years, you're like, well, shit, where's this game at? But I don't know. I don't mind it. I
Oh, I know you
like
don't.
to see like a roadmap, like a map, like say, hey, look, this is in work. You know, if they want to give you like a general, you know, we're looking at maybe 24, 25, whatever, if it's that far out, I don't mind that, you know. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather hear about it than not hear about it. I mean, look at Nintendo with the Metroid 4, right? Prime 4. They announced that, about 3 years ago, and that's another one that's...
Yeah, you haven't heard crap on that.
Yeah, the last thing I heard that I think the studio that started out working on it had trouble, and then now it went to another studio. So, I mean, look at Rare. I mean, they, yeah. But I'm hearing that should be coming out soon. We might get.
Yeah, finally. Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's all whatever everybody feels about it. I mean, we're all different, you know. Like Evil Dead 2, when that got announced, a few years ago, and I was like, man, that looks good. I can't wait, excited, but you know,
and we waited,
and we're still waiting. But I'm like, okay, what can you do?
Well, and that's the thing. I said this last week too. No amount of bitching is going to make the games come out any sooner.
No.
So, you know, Nick said, "Wakes up. What drama? To the drama mobile." Big Block said, "Basically, just watch you guys, Panda, DJC, Geeks with Cash. I appreciate the positivity. As that is how I try to live my life. Negative is a bad, draining path." You said it, brother. You said it.
Yeah.
I also think if games get released in a regular cadence, then looking ahead like 3 years for games come out is not as important as.
It makes it does soften the blow.
It does.
Hold on, my turn. I got him.
But like I said before, it was strange that Bethesda announced Starfield so far ahead when, you know, Fallout 4, they announced it 6 months at E3, and they said it's coming out this fall.
Yeah.
So they gave you a 6-month time frame. Like I was saying before, with the pandemic and all these other variables, you know, the cross-gen, the new, the 4K and all that stuff, you know, to everybody wants in the game now, multiple devices. It's a lot on the devs. I think in the future, once we get to cloud gaming only, I know some people don't like to hear that, but the time's going to come, and it's going to be, that should be so much easier for these devs to where they only have one place to put cloud gaming, you know, the games on, and it's in the cloud, and you're not worried about the hardware and so much this and that, so much made, of course the server hardware and all that, and now that we're already going into our second year on this gen.
Well, yeah, but also like when you look at the Xbox One when that came out, you know, the technology in it was already like ancient.
Yeah.
Now with a Series console, it's it's not as old.
But another thing too is that when they develop these engines, right? They're always upgrading them if they're using the same engine. Now we're going in Unreal Engine 5. and we're hearing all these great things that, oh, Unreal Engine 5 make it so much easier for devs to make games as if it's just like one button, right? Which supposedly that's the case. A lot of things when you want to develop an environment, you can just boom, 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 than what it was in the past. So maybe Unreal Engine 5 will help out a lot, where these games can get developed a little bit quicker.
I don't think it's gonna be quicker. You can do more and better looking and
Yeah.
facials and other stuff, but I don't think it will be quicker. You
Yeah,
probably
because once
still
you try to
spend
put
the
it all
same
together.
amount. You just have better looking games.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Drown TJ for the $2 super chat. Hi guys, everyone hit the like.
Oh, thank you. Welcome,
Yes.
Drawn
Thank you,
TJ.
TJ.
I met that was the generous benefactor for Gaz on Saturday. I met him in the chat Saturday on Game On. And Gaz speaks very highly of Drawn. So any friend of Gaz is his friend of ours. Welcome into our chat. We're actually getting kind of winding down here. It's 12:07. I try to keep to my promise that we're not going too far over midnight.
Yeah, we have the end credits will run as soon as SuPRCooPR joins us.
That's right. We have to wait for Pluck. I would feel bad if we stop. It would be funny if he jumped in like right as the
he did last time.
as the video was playing.
Oh yeah.
So, but
like Sean here, he says I'm okay with Metro Prime 4 got delayed, and Legend of Zelda with Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed to next year. Yeah, I mean, don't mind games getting delayed or not. That doesn't matter to me. I'm patient. Yeah, so yeah, I feel you, Sean. I'm the same way. So
yeah, and again, I'm trying to separate.
No, but Myke,
I'm
you're
trying
in
to
the right. You are concerned because look, we've seen some games in the past that were shown and you're in development, but then all of a sudden, no, well, we're canceling it. It's gone. I mean, even though Xbox is much more supportive nowadays and in better position to bring a lot of these games, it doesn't mean that these games can not come out. I mean, or they fail. I mean, Phil's a good guy. I think they can only, like y'all was saying, that can they manage all these studios? Phil is not the main person that.
No,
he is the final
he's not.
boss, but he's not there at these studios making decisions on what they need to do and not to do, because he has to rely on, like Booty, but Booty has to rely on the leads at these studios. And of course, like Starfield, that was Todd Howard's decision to delay, or whatever's going on during that development, that's all on him. That falls on him, just like any of these other studio leads. It falls on them and how they're managing these games. Now, of course, they get the money from Xbox, and then they have to come back and say, look, this is what's happening, and blah, 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 and why. Then if they convince Booty and Phil that, look, we're on it, we have it handled, but we need a little bit more time, or this, okay. But if there are bad managers out there who do a bad job. If they're not doing a good job and they just can't convince the big bosses, they have it handled, well, sometimes you got to go step in and say, well, sorry, we don't trust you. You're out. That happens all around the world in multiple businesses. It's not just gaming. It's not easy to create these games in the first place, and not everybody are the same. And when it comes to managing a studio, and plus we're human beings. We have flaws, and people make mistakes. That's why you have quality to try to catch a lot of those mistakes. I'm quality where I work. I mean, someone can have 20 plus years experience and they can still make mistakes, and we still, and as quality, we catch it. You try to catch it, everything, and it's just the gaming world. It's not perfect because we're human. Now, once all these games start getting made by robots, the AI, the Matrix, then all these games should be perfect and they come out on time, no problem. That the AI is not crying about crunch and all this stuff. And we live in the utopia perfect world. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's that. Hey, remember there was a movie about this.
Terminator?
Yeah. All right. Well,
you
then
want
there was.
Skynet to make you games. They'll come out on time. You may not survive, though, to finish
You may
the
not survive. Oh my goodness. All right. So I think I feel better. I have Woosad.
Oh.
Doing all right. So now I got to get back to my next challenge, and that is getting Windows 10 to not have HDCP, because then that's going to be the next thing I'm going to bitch about. I'm going to go on Twitter, and I'm going to cancel
Shit.
Microsoft. I'm going to
Shit.
cancel my Microsoft. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to go to Linux.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm going to go to Linux, and I'm going to tell everybody about it.
That means we're not using Skype anymore, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
And no more
Crap.
Windows.
No more Windows.
Throw that out of the Windows.
Yep. Which means, can OBS run in Linux?
Yes. Probably.
Oh, wait. Skype. Download Skype for Linux.
Still Microsoft, though. Can't do that.
Well, true. Damn it. Until the robots take over, though, brother Chris. Oh, my goodness. We could be disappointed without a game delay without going over the top about it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's what that's what you're saying, Mike.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is there's no reason to go over the top about it. There's no reason to just find something else. Or you know what? Go camping. It's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
So, all right. Guys, this was, as usual, an awesome discussion. An absolutely awesome discussion. And I'm starting to feel like Tuesday nights are our night. Like, it's just the conversation is so great. The chat room has been amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. And you guys rock. I know a few people have gone to bed. There's still a good crew in here. We're past midnight, so I am gonna get us out of here. I'm keeping to my word not to keep us past where we're not doing any more 3-hour shows. So thank you everybody. You guys all rock, seriously. Check out all of our Gamers United Guild channels. You know, Geeks with Cash, who is in here. I'm just gonna say again, if you're not subbed to Geeks, you're missing out on some unbelievable content, man. His stuff is stellar, just absolutely stellar. Please check him out. GoGameGo is in here. They've got a show tomorrow night. Their typical open chat, and they're very good friends of ours. After that is DJC Game Studios. And on Thursday, 4 Guys with Quarters. On Friday, if Axel is still in the chat, the great, iconic Video Games Podcast, which I might actually be able to catch live because services on Friday night are from 6 to 6:45. So I will be home in time. So Theo says, how do we join on chat? We join. Sorry, I'm not catching. Oh, how do you join on chat? You mean join our channel membership? I don't think you can do it from there. You have to click join on the site itself or on the video. Thank you, Lupa. Yeah. And let's see what else. Saturday is Dragon's Den. Gotta catch Dragon's Den. Sunday is TXR. Sunday morning, Axel once again with Good Morning Xbox. Monday, I'll be back with Geeks. Nick, Mr. Matthews and I will be back for another Retro Roots.
Retro.
Yep. What to figure
back
out
on Saturday, quick Evercade.
Oh yeah. Geez,
Yeah.
Saturday morning,
Thank
the
you already.
Evercast. The Evercast. And then we'll be back next Tuesday night at 9:30 for, I'm hoping, some more fun news. You know what we ought to do next week? Since next week's going to be the 3rd, and then we've got all those shows coming up, we should do some predictions and see what we're going to see from not just the Xbox show, but see what we might see from Jeff Keighley and the Super games of summer, whatnot.
World's
oh,
premiere.
Yes, GMX with AssassinLupa is also. When is GMX on?
Ooh, Good Morning Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes,
That's Good Morning
Sunday,
Xbox. Sunday morning at
9 a.m. Eastern.
yes. So Lupa is an honorary GUG by being
Yes,
on that show that got assimilated. And Lupa's also on she's on a number of shows. I know she's on with Mav on Friday nights after Iconic Games Video podcast. She's on with the Xbox Ultimate Crew. So she's on a lot of shows and she's awesome. She's so knowledgeable, so great. We love her. We love her lots. And I think that's gonna do it. So Pluck, we love you.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
We're
We
sorry
miss
we
you.
held. We miss
We
you.
went over midnight for you.
We
but-
held out as long as we could, Pluck. We're
I
sorry.
think it's in Sea of Thieves his boat sank.
He's on the.
So
He's
he
on
must
the
have drowned.
So
He's in the brig.
chat. This is the best show though, guys. You guys interact with all chat users. We try, Zio. And Zio, I have not forgotten. I do want to get some Halo Season 2 in, because I promised you we would talk about Halo Season 2, and I know, Zio, that you have things you want to say about it. So I have not forgotten. I just need some time to get into it. So I promise at least a couple of us are going to play. Maybe all 3 of us. We'll see. And we'll get some Season 2 in and see what that's like. All right. Chat room. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Everybody watching at home, thank you. If you're watching later, we're on at 9:30. Come into this awesome chat room. I mean, you see how great. So, well, you know, Zio, your thoughts matter here. So we're glad that
Yeah.
you're here, and we're
Yeah, don't be afraid to speak your mind here. And
Nope.
I mean, whether people agree with you or not, just be respectful, and that's all we ask.
That's all we ask. And you know what? We never have that problem here, because our gaming family is with us. So no worries. I'm not too big on Infinite. I only touched it a bit. I know, but I know you said on one of the other streams when I was streaming a couple weeks ago that you had some stuff you wanted to talk about. So, all right. I'm really getting us out of here. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Peter, Chris, awesome. Good night. We will see you
Adios,
later.
gamers. Thank y'all.
Pick up a controller, even if it's one of these. Get some gaming in. Lay on, gamers.
Come on, guys.
Night, fam.